Welcome to the Bones and Beat Banter Hour, where you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to read is a poem I wrote, and I was inspired by a garden. It's called Temporal. Time, that constant tick, as languidly together we sit, and watch, as people pass by, the endless motion of the hands fly. A gentle move as fingers link, skywards eyes lock, clouds drift and reflect on the face of the clock. Time, that constant tick, as languidly together we sit.
Well, that's it's a bit of a deeper poem than last time. You say you're inspired by a garden. Is it a local area, or where did, or is it just a garden?
Well, in our town, there's a new development in Worth, and they took over a sort of dilapidated farm that ironically was used for the film Chocolat, actually. Johnny Depp was in the town, but not when I was here, which is a bit of a shame. But the garden, yeah, a real shame.
Yeah.
The garden was created by Pierre Udolph, and he's a Dutch garden designer. But in one of the features within the garden is this massive clock. And I went to the opening, and it just fascinated me. And while I was in the garden, I observed sort of this middle-aged couple. They were sort of sitting just together, and they're obviously in love. And being the poet I am, I'm a bit of a romantic. So it just sort of, the structure of the poem just started forming in my brain. And then I'm actually really proud of it. I just think it takes my poetry to a slightly different area. But yeah, so I just thought I would share that.
Well, definitely like that one. Like I said, a lot deeper than the last time. So I'm so you're saying lyric wise, but poetry wise, like I'll say stanza by stanza, it's a little bit different than last time. Now, I understand you've got a few things that have come down the pipeline that you got going on that I know you want to share.
Well, let me just ask you first of all, Bone, how are you feeling? Because I know that you've had a bit of man flu, haven't you?
Well, if you call it that, more or less, it just kind of one of those things came out of nowhere. But I'm not broken, it's just a cold that just enrages me because I hate being sick. So I've been trying to push it out, and today has been no better because it was one thing after the while. That's why we're just a little bit delayed. And that's just, oh man.
So what do you normally do to shed this? Do you have lots of honey and lemon or something?
Not really lemon as much. I just honey as much, but lemon water. And other than that, I'll layer up and I'll go for a jog and sweat the crap out of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Because it works. I mean, it's worked for me. So pretty much, it's just one of those things. Like the more you can sweat out, the more this thing will get out of here faster. So It's one of those things. What happens is you go for, let's say, a 20-minute jog, and you're just pouring sweat. You feel like absolute garbage for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But after that, you feel so much better, and because it's, in a sense, you kind of, we'll call it sweating out the toxins. I mean, it's not a cure. It just kind of speeds the process up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I was just going to, the couple of things I was going to talk about. I was just going to mention, I did a podcast last night with Jason Hughes, the lead singer from The Unassisted, and you know them very well.
Oh,
You've
absolutely.
done a couple of interviews, and I know you really love their music. So I think we're very much part of the Unassisted army, aren't we?
Absolutely, for sure.
Well, he did a really, I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it, but he did a really great chat with your buddy Grim.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, I thought you might sort of like that. So I was just going to say to some of your listeners, if they fancy a listen, then if they follow at Forgotten Bee, which is me, or follow at Jason81Mank, and check for links on the timeline, then, it might be something they'll be interested in. There's some great music on there as well, a bit different.
Well, I definitely want to check it out because I also heard that he gave us a mention the other day. So a big shout out to Jay, and thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it.
It's really cool. So, yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to talk about, because I'm really excited about the music we're going to be playing today.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start by talking a little bit about your blog with the infamous Joe Burt from Black Sabbath.
Yeah, well, really lucky. Our choir was sort of asked to sort of do backing vocals for one of the songs, which is Sab Kuch Malega, and we're going to play that in a minute. We'll go for that first.
Yeah, that's the first one I have.
And it was just such a buzz. I mean, to be in a recording studio, for me, I mean, I'm a soprano in a choir, but never been in a recording studio to record my own voice. So that was a real buzz. And he's such a great guy. He's so down to earth, so cool. When you think about the lifestyle he's had and the people he's met and been around, he's top guy. And I was a little bit cheeky, as you know, I can be.
Get out of here.
Sort of, you know, I mean, it was recorded obviously last year, but I just, you know, the blog is exciting, and I'm trying to sort of do things in slightly different ways. But I just approached him and just thought, well, why not? I'll ask him, and he was really up for doing the interview. So I was, you know, I was kind of, you know, to have such a person like that to do an interview with was fantastic. And you know, I tried to keep it a little bit jokey as well, and he sort of went for that as well. So it was, you know, it was a real buzz for me. I was really shocked. So yeah, I was over the moon.
Oh, I can't imagine something like that. I mean, I get, we'll say, giddy enough with some of the bands I interview because I've been waiting to interview them for so long, but I couldn't imagine doing that with, like, essentially interviewing a quote-unquote legend.
Well, exactly. And, you know, I mean, I also wanted the sort of interview to take a slightly different sort of angle, because obviously he's been interviewed hundreds and hundreds of times.
Right.
And, you know, people obviously sort of all the weight tends to be on who he's performed with and everything. But I wanted to get to the fact that he's releasing this new album, and I just think it's incredible. I just think it's really exciting, and the quality of it is fantastic, and it's definitely a must, you know, for your album collection.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to hear it. I mean, I listened to those two songs you sent me the other day, which we're going to listen to. We're going to listen to the first one in just a moment here. So I'm really curious, and I kind of did some background checking too, because like obviously you said Joe Burt, Black Sabbath. Like I got to find out more because at first I didn't know too much about him until like I did read your blog, and I did do some more research because before, for a while, I mean, the only other member I knew of that wasn't, we'll say, original to the band was Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay.
So, no, I thought of that. It's like, Joe Burt pop in. I was like, oh, okay, now I know where it was because, you know, I was used to, what's the name, Burt Ward, right? So,
right.
So, but either way, yeah, it was really cool to find out some more information on him, and especially your blog kind of filled in all those blanks that weren't in the research that I did. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up here, and we're going to get to the first Joe Burt song. It's called Sab Kuch. You want to say that for me?
Sab Kuch Malega.
Sab Kuch Malega, okay. My pronunciation now is always the best. I'll blame it on the man cold, so. Here we go with Joe Burt, Sab Kuch Malega. Dig this.
We do what's right, we do what's just. We tread this path from dust to dust. In all the things we do and all the words we say. For those who can, forgive us must. We've worked so hard to gain their trust, and this become our mantra every day. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. Now every morning has its sun, the photosynthesis begun. The oxygen of life is ours for free. The darkness guarantees the night. Mother Nature sleeps so tight. System will hypnotize the sea. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. Sam, kuch milega, yeah, yeah. 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 As we solemnly declare, for people living everywhere, we have the power of love to make or break, to build a better world to live. 'Cause in the end, the love you give is equal to the love that you make. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go around. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love to go around. Yeah, yeah. I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love to go I still believe if we make it right now, there's enough love in the world to go round.
Okay, that the album's released on the 1st of October. So, and it's going to be available on iTunes, Amazon, and you can also contact Joe's website. So it's www.joeburt.co.uk, and his Twitter name is @TheRealJoeBurt without an E.
Well, you know what? This is my second listen through of Sab Kuchmalega, and I really, really dig the song. I really love the guitar because it's kind of got the a little bit of I'm not a big fan of country, but like a little bit of country twang, but it kind of flows off of that, kind of brings a kind of acoustic rock into the mix, and it sounds really good. And obviously the harmonies, like hats off to you being your choir.